Thank you for joining us again. Let's straight to the equities market now for the third time this week. Nigeria's equities market closed in the positive region after rising by 75 billion naira. That's about 0.27% on Thursday. At the close of trading section, the Nigerian Exchange Limited All-Share Index and market capitalization increased from preceding trading day lows of 52,097.62 points and a 28.36 trillion naira to 52,235.88 point and 28.44 trillion naira respectively. If you look at the year-to-date returns settling at 1.24%, and then the stock market has also advanced by 640.33 basis points since the start of the year. Market activities show trade turnover moderated relative to the previous section as the volume and value of transactions went down by 63.96% and 90.52%. Now, let's get talking now. Ambrose Omordion, Chief Research Officer, Investor Consulting, joins us now. Ambrose, thank you for your time.
Thanks for having me, Frank.
Now, why the market breadth, traded negative, with seeing positivity in the overall benchmark and index there. So talk to us about this latest move for sentiment in the market. For the three times in the week, we've seen the market in green zone.
For me, despite the miss section yesterday, we saw that the momentum in the market maintain its uptrend. Like we just said, we have a positive market breadth of 26 buyers and about just 18 down for yesterday. And the good thing is that the miss sentiment was saw that a lot of people taking profit in from stock that have done rally recently in the last 6 trading session. I'll tell you, the market have been up for straight 6 session. It tells you that is a good day. Some stocks are giving you like 20-50% within that 6 trading days. But if your stock is getting 10% in 6 trading days, that is more than 50%, and that has happened in some stock. And when you see those stock rebounding, pulling back, it now shows that investors are already cashing out their gains, and this is how to trade. And being also the last trading day for the month of April, some investors will have to arrange of what they enter at the beginning of the month to take profit, whilst some also taking advantage of the kind of end of the month pullback to also position for another new month. For me, the market maintained that strong momentum, which we believe volume has supported it. Because if you are seeing market going up without volume, that should give you a source of concern. But if you are seeing market going up with a good volume, yesterday the market is about almost 2.something billion shares. That's above market rate average. It tells you that market is still strong. But the good thing is that as entering to the real month of transition of power, a lot of statements will be coming. Already the first appointment have been made yesterday. The ADC to the president-elect. Also, that same yesterday, also that the governors forum, and they said, let's suspend the subsidy after this government. For me, this from now to that 28th of May, by God's grace, from next month, you see a lot of things coming out, and that's whether it will boost confidence or will bring fear. But when we see the step they are taking from here, then after that, we have to give another like 100 days in office or more than to see where they are going, and also put that make up the cabinet of the incoming government. This will boost confidence, and also many players in the market know that during the campaign, everyone knew that whether it becomes article comes, they are off front of the market. Now nobody is there. I don't know. That tells that people let's see the kind of policy the market. For me, this is the confidence is still around the market, and this also is driving the momentum we are seeing now. There's no cause for alarm. And to add to it, the first quarter number that we expected to be a missed number, already we are seeing sectors that are benefit from what has happened in the last 3 months of the year. Now that sector is also becoming attractive because it tells us that if something is happening here, investments will looking toward that direction. For that, there are some sectors and industry that, despite what happened in February and March, we are seeing good number. That means all eyes will now be on how will the second quarter end to guide investor. On the strength of these first quarter numbers, investors that know how to take decision already designing where they should put their money now. Also, we could not forget that the environment we are seeing already, we are seeing yield environment shaking or miss, because at last Treasury bill, we saw a decline from the longer tenor from 14.7 to 10.7. Also we also seen that inflation rate last inflation figure has hit 22.04, and also interest is around 18%. For that, some stocks that have good dividend yield will become attractive for those high network investors to show if we are in this environment of what is going to happen, let's stay with stocks that have good yield. After the final direction from the new government, you see that if we get it right in the next 100 days after this government, so that more funds will come back to Nigeria for investment. Those that are in the market also benefit from it. For me, there's no cause for alarm in the market now.
How do you think the market will react to the news of suspension of subsidy removal? Do you think the market is going to react to that? Because the expectation, it came like a shock to everyone. I mean, the market didn't expect that to happen. For me, so do you think that will have an impact on the market?
The market will react to it because already many analysts or companies are factoring that once we remove the subsidy, we're going to see another hike in inflation, or inflation is going to move, and that also that will also lead to the Central Bank of Nigeria increasing rate to fight inflation. Now we are seeing that they suspended. Not that they're not going to say suspended. As we award the next step income government, and also if they suspend, that means we must give them the next 100 days in office to look at everything before they start thinking of removing it again. I mean that also will prolong investors. That means more likely start seeing CBN in their next MPC meeting either leave it unchanged. Because yes, we saw that there's a little increase in inflation, but for what's going on globally, I think that most central banks are started kind of keeping their rate unchanged to watch that's what called normalization in to watch what will be the next step. Well, I believe that we should do the same thing here, because the higher interest rate, the more cost of fund, also you are stifling the private sector. I believe that this is the time for government to CBN to slow down in rate hike and think other way to fight inflation than using only interest rate to fight. For me, this is a good news for the market, but for economic growth, we need to make sure that we address the issue of subsidy, because the money injected in that sector is enriching just few rich people already in the government. If we can move it so that this money that in that subsidy can be moved for development purpose, that is what we are all looking at. Right. But I like the way they said let's suspend, not just in rush, because we already collected about $800 million from World Bank. You want to do it overnight to quick. We don't understand the rush there. Let's leave it and let's understand the thing. With this 800 million alone, I tell you that there's no need of sharing the palliative. We are not more than 300 Nigerians. So can share it to each house or each person.
Well, that would be interesting. I mean, that is if the World Bank has already released that money already.
Already now. It's not
because there's a process of releasing.
The money has been released. So they said that almost 40% have been put for spend. That's what they told us.
Okay. Well, let's see what happens to that fund. Perhaps they'll be able to, because already NEC is already asking for supplementary budget from the National Assembly. So let's see whether that will scale through. But let's talk about the expectations for today and the week. I mean, this is the last day of the trading day. What is likely to happen? Do you think the market will maintain? Because yesterday we saw some stocks like Honeywell, Floor Mills, leading by 10%, closing at 2 naira 80 kobo as at the close of yesterday. You also have Nigerian breweries, recording the highest loss as well by 10%. So how is at this, some of these stocks play in different sectors? How is they going to play out?
For me, the what really support the market most time is the high cap stocks. And this morning we are seeing that stock like Boa Fruit already gaining. And if that is on the green, I believe that the market today will go in the green. That means for the week, the 4 trading week, short week, we're going to see a positive close. But don't forget that the market has corrected for most 6 straight weeks. This week, we're not turning the whole thing up, but it's a sign that May will come to be a good month. If all these earnings that are coming, investors and the analysts are digesting it, and also pushing their portfolio, especially the high net worth investor and the PFAs or institutional investor. They don't just rush to number to invest. They take time to analyze this number and the sector and what the sector holds for the future before they jump in. And now they are seeing first quarter results. I tell you that this is a management account that tells you this is the first number for the company for the year. Where are they heading to? What policy going to turn their performance, going to boost their performance? These are the things one will be thinking before we now start building for the current financial year. And like I said, this is a year of 2 regime. Right. The first regime will be closing by May 29. And that means between now and end of the year, a lot of kind of how I put it now, intricacies will come in terms of policies and other. And if there's policy shift, we'll start seeing that also attract more investment tonight. For me, we expect that this year will be better than the last year.
Okay, this year will be better than last year. That's according to Ambrose. Omordion. Thank you so much for your time, for coming on the program. So we'll take a break now, and when we return, of course, we look at turn attention to other conversations as the macro or small and medium enterprise, the role they play in the country's economy, and the challenges and prospects ahead. So that's our talking point when we return from this break. Please stay with us.